It's been 1 year. Added in a few extra things. Wow, what's going on, guys? It's been a year and there's been a lot of questions, what kind of parts I used or how much of this and that. And I'm gonna go over all of that in this and jump around on the deck. And yeah, it's been pretty good. Treated us really good last year. So I appreciate you guys watching that video. And I guess this is part 2 and I'm gonna answer all the questions. What's going on, guys? Here we are on the deck. It's been 1 year and I figured I would go over everything that you guys have been asking in the video. I really appreciate you guys watching the video, and if you haven't seen it, it's one of my more popular videos. I'll leave a link up here, that way this video makes sense. But you guys had a lot of questions, you know, what type of materials I used, what tools I used, and that's what this video is. So I'm answering all the questions. I got a nice little piece of paper here that my daughter drew on, but let's get right into it. So I used a total of 48 pieces of wood, and they were 2 by 6 by 14s. I got 31 boards on top. 15 boards were for the frame. I used one of them to create this step right here that I'm sitting on, and to put little pieces of wood as braces all over. And then I used one for a lawn drag that I made, because I am a grass guy. I'm, you know, not a woodworker, you know, a deck maker, you know, but if I can do it, you guys can do it. So this is really not that hard. So if you watch a video, you guys should be able to do it. You know, not that it's really an instructional video, but whatever. And then I used 9 deck blocks. I got one in each corner, and then I lined them all along the middle here because this is where the most traffic is. And I knew the table was going to be there. And then I used about 2.5 boxes of 3-inch screws. I did 2. We might have went a little screwy with this project, but you know, I didn't have enough, so we had to go to the store and buy another box. But so people were asking, what would have I done different? So I would have moved the deck blocks from the corners in more. How to do that? Maybe go along one of the joists along the, someone made a comment, I was calling them truss, joists, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, but like the joists, I would have moved it in more on one of those. That way it gives it more of a floating appearance. You know, I didn't use treated wood because I planned on, you know, only having this temporarily, you know, and then I was going to burn it when I was done with it, because we have campfires here like every night in the summer. You know, we're supposed to be getting a Trex deck, but I don't think that's happening this year. So now I might end up building another small one, because wood prices are still super high, and they still want to charge like $5,000–6,000 for this tiny deck. This thing costs like $850. It's like, do it yourself. Don't have those people do it. And then, yes, I would have made the step bigger. People were like, hey, you know, why didn't you make it the full length of the both doors? Honestly, I didn't know that this door opened, and we don't even use this door, to be honest with you, because I put the barbecue over here, you know, and the chair goes here. I put crap over here. So it's like, this kind of leaves it open, you know, or, you know, it doesn't fit well over here when you line it up with the door. So some tips. If you are going to keep it forever, you know, get treated wood. You know, I had to treat this after I was done. I waited till the end of the season, and, you know, I did a little power washing video and how I treated it. Got a little eye in the sky up here, you know, of that video. Did a little voiceover, just how I treated this deck, you know, afterwards. But if you're going to keep it forever, I would get treated wood. As far as moisture under the deck. So this was all already ready for a deck. There was just a couple weeds here, and there was a lot of like gravel and stuff. It looked like it was pre-treated, that it was like ready to go. So people were saying that you need to have like a vapor barrier or some gravel. What should I do? You know, and this was already ready for a deck. So I just threw the wood on top of it. So I kind of got lucky with this house because this house is definitely unfinished. If you saw the inside, it's not finished at all. So using 2 people made it very easy. You know, could one person do it by themselves? For sure. You know, this thing is not hard. It would just take twice as long, you know, to cut time in half. Let's, you know, bring another person in. So I have my buddy Connor here, and, you know, it was really helping too when we were putting the wood together, that, you know, I was using my hand to push the wood together, and then we decided to take another piece of existing wood and kind of push it up. You can see in the video here, like where it's slow-mo or time lapse, I am pushing the boards closer together. You know, that way with our math, it worked out to 31 boards. So, but that, and I would get a nail gun, you know, because the only tools that we needed for this, I got all 2x6x14s, and we didn't have to cut anything. I made this step afterwards with the saw, but like we didn't have to cut any of this. The whole area, there's no cutting involved. You just screw it in. And if you don't have a nail gun, then you don't want to use a hammer. We use screws, you know. So we did 3-inch deck screws. We had 2 drills, and one of them died halfway through, and we didn't have a backup battery. So have a backup battery if you're going to do that. You know, otherwise you can cheat and have a nail gun, whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. But okay, questions that were asked that I don't know the answers to. So the boards are running, we'll call this north and south. Everyone was like, you should have ran it east and west and put the joists along the houses, because I have the main boards running across, you know, this way, and then I put the boards on this way. Honestly, you can see here, I'm jumping all over the deck. Here I am on one side, here I am on the other, and in the center, there is no wobbling, there's nothing going on. I've had many parties back here all over summer. You know, this thing was really good to us last summer, and I had people sitting around here. I brought out a little picnic table out here. I had kids sitting over here, and while I'm barbecuing and people are in and out of the house, and this deck is solid. You know, I used all 9 deck blocks, and I put as you can see too, you know, it's very important with the deck blocks to save money. I cut those pieces of wood, as you can see here on the side, and I have those throughout the whole deck. So I highly suggest that you do that as well. So, but to not answer that question, I don't know the difference of what way the boards run. You know, another one was, how come you didn't space the board? And, you know, I just used the piece of wood and pushed it because, you know, I thought wood shrinks, and I thought we were shrinking. So I made them real tight because I didn't want to have you know, any cracks. My kids play out here. I didn't want them to trip on a crack and break your mother's back, you know. So I put them real tight together, and it worked out fine. There's no problem going on here. Yeah, you know, and as far as, should I lay a tarp down? Should I lay gravel on a tarp, vapor barrier down? You know, like, I don't know. You know, you're gonna have to ask a professional, because I am a grass guy, to be honest with you. I did this because, you know, I wanted something for my family. We live on the water, and I wanted something for my family to stand on, and it wasn't supposed to last long, but from what I hear, you should have a vapor barrier down. You should put down a tarp, kill the weeds, put a tarp down, put some gravel, that way your wood doesn't warp. But I mean, if you're using treated wood and you have the vapor barrier, I mean, like, you're set up for greatness. You know, that's just my thought. So, but yeah, you know, if you didn't see the video, I'm gonna have it here at the end, and that way this video once again makes sense. You know, and you know, this is a product review channel. You know, I do that for lawn care, and I film a little bit of my lawn. You know, what I do in my lawn, I reel mow, so that's what I'm normally about. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and turn the notifications on, because I'm probably gonna be building another little deck here, and we just put up a shed here. So, you know, little DIY projects too I do, and yeah, come join me. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys. Oh, if you have any other questions, let me know down below, and I'll try and find a professional to answer those, because I am a professional and not being a professional. I'll see you in the next one.